everyone. So I today has been a very eventful day. I mean, the last couple of weeks has been very eventful, but yeah. Anyway, I just thought I would come on here, and I know I haven't done a video since like New Year's Eve, but I thought I would come on here and I would speak to you guys and explain my situation, because I thought this would be a great platform to share my journey with you lot and tell you everything that's been going on, just so anyone who's going through the same stuff can relate to what I'm going through. So about a couple of months ago, January to be exact, a lump came up on my neck, and I didn't think anything of it. Oh yeah, I did an O'Brien cardboard cutout now. Anyway, yeah, a lump appeared on my neck, and it we didn't think anything of it, so we just left it. And then February it started hurting, so we got a doctor's appointment, and we went to the GP, and they were saying how my iron deficiency was very low, so I had to have a blood test to see my bloods, and they were saying how my bloods were not abnormal, but I just thought that was all to do with me being anemic and like having iron tablets, and me taking the mini pill to stop like heavy periods. I'm just gonna be very open on this, okay? So I can like just connect with someone, because so basically I went to the hospital the other day to have an ultrasound on my lump on my neck, because it was still there, but it had shrunk, but it was still there and it was still tender. So we went for the ultrasound, which was supposed to be like 8 weeks from the hospital appointment. Not the hospital appointment, when I went to go see the GP. But when we went to the ultrasound, they did it, and like, you know how an ultrasound works, they put some gel on it and they detect what is actually underneath it. Then they told me that they might have to do a biopsy, a needle biopsy, to get some samples out. But then the next day they asked me to go and see the paediatric nurse, and she told me that they wanted to do an x-ray on my like chest and stuff, and they found some lymph nodes in my chest. So they found that, and then they did another blood test. They sent those off. My bloods came back fine, but the circumstance they found was that they were testing, and they did all they can at Basildon, and they found evidence enough to test for lymphoma cancer, which is a type of cancer which is in the bloodstream, which is also infected by the lymph nodes. If anyone don't know what lymph nodes are, I'm pretty sure you all do, but they're like things in your body that fight bacteria, fight infections and stuff like that. So yeah, and I then got transferred to a specialist hospital in London. I can't really remember what it's called. I think it's like UCLH, University of London. It just specialises in cancers. So we went there for a biopsy, and they told me that my results was going to be the Wednesday afterwards. So here we are today. I literally just got back from the hospital. That's why I'm doing this, because I just wanted to clue you in as I had my results. And I do have lymphoma cancer. But the positive thing is that it's highly treatable, and it's highly treatable, and I have to have chemotherapy for about 6 months, and I have it once every month. And the possibilities of that, the side effects, as people would that are going through this know, that the possibilities are that you will lose your hair, which is really gutting for me because I feel like that's kind of losing your identity. But at the end of the day, if that's going to get rid of what this is doing, if that's going to get rid of what's happening in my body with this lump, then I'll do whatever it takes to get rid of it and forget it and move on with my life. Because at the end of the day, I know how this chemo is going to work, because it's going to obviously bring me down a little bit, my immune system and stuff, and it's going to be easy to catch more things, and my immune system's already low enough. But that's why this didn't really come as a surprise, because since I was little, I've been in and out of the hospital with problems for my skin, problems with my breathing, because I'm asthmatic and I've got eczema. So I've always had problems with those two, and I've always had problems with like vomiting across the room, or like I'm allergic to eggs and peanuts, which some of you already know. But I had really bad allergies when I was little. So it's just not a really surprise anymore. I mean, this was a huge shock and really unexpected, because I don't know what I've like. Obviously, no one does anything for this to happen, but like, I feel like I've done everything right so far in my life. But this is just a little experience. So I know everyone deals with stuff differently, and myself, I like to block it out until it actually comes. Like my treatment, which will be starting in a couple of weeks, I will not think about that until it's actually that day. Like today, I went to London, and I went to the consultant, and they told me about my results that from my biopsy, which was a needle in my little lump here, that they got out samples to send off to the lab to be tested. So they got the results, and they told me today, and then they wanted to do a PET scan, which is this little machine where you go through this little tunnel. It's like an I don't know how to pronounce these things, but it's like an MRI scan. I think that's how you pronounce it. But it's like a donut. So you go through this little thing, and you lay down, and I had to put my arms up, and it really hurt, I'm just gonna say, but I had to have a cannula in my arm because they put blue dye in the cannula so it could go around my body and detect all the other little if there's any more lumps in my body, so that have the lymphoma in it. So I did that. It sounds so like crazy and so like, but to be honest, when you're actually going through it, it's not actually that bad. Like, you just got to have a good head and keep strong and keep positive, and don't let small things, because at the end of the day, it's just gonna it's just gonna be worth it at the end of the day, because it's gonna be treated and it's gonna be forgotten about in like 6 months' time. So I just felt like it would be a nice thing to share. Sorry about that, my sister came in, and plus I had to take my pill. But what I was saying was, what was I actually saying? I can't remember. Yeah, it's going to be worth it at the end of the day, and because if it's going to get rid of it, then you're going to want to do whatever it takes, to be honest. But yeah, like I said, keep smiling, stay strong and positive head, and you'll be fine, absolutely fine. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here today, and I just wanted to use this as a time to share and unload and put it out into the world, because as a 15-year-old girl myself going through this, I know there's a lot of other people out there that has worse than me, or that is going through the same thing. So I just wanted people out there who are going through the same thing to have someone, or in past and present, who get it or has had it in the past have something to look at, to relate to, and to connect with, because I think that's really important in a time like this. So from what went on today, I also had a last blood test, which they had to do in my foot, let alone, because I don't have any veins. The see-through fish I am. That's what my dad calls me, a see-through fish. See-through fish lizard, apparently. Anyway, but yeah, I had to have it in my foot because there was a vein in my foot. So I've been through the wars today and I'm absolutely shattered. So thank you so much to everyone who has listened to this today, because it really means a lot to me. And I just want to say thank you to all my friends and family, because I seriously would not have the motivation to be this confident and positive about it if I didn't have you as my support base. So thank you so much. I love you all so much. And I will include you if anything comes up. Oh, I also have a Wednesday appointment next week where we will be going through my plan for my medicine and my treatments, and making a plan of when we're going to start my chemotherapy. So if you want to join along, come join along. I'll put it on YouTube so you can all connect with me and come along with the journey and support me and whatever you want to do. But thank you so much for listening and have a lovely day.